So today I'm going to give you again the topic related to union budget only, and but the title will be little different, and you have to basically change your discussion in that direction. Yesterday it was post-COVID situation I was talking about, and today I'm going to change a little bit. So let's see how we proceed forward for this. So are we ready to write the topic now? Please write Union Budget 2021, Appreciation and Criticism. Union Budget 2021, Appreciation and Criticism. That is the topic. So do not only think about Union Budget, but think of entire topic. Union Budget 2021, Appreciation and Criticism. That is the topic which is given to us. Put down your points and do not write entire sentence, just write some words so that you can read it later. Okay, I think Rahul can start now.
Good evening, all. I am really happy to join in this discussion today. Today, the given topic given to us is Union Budget 201, Appreciation and Criticism. First of all, we need to know what is budget, the definition of budget. One can define the budget as the tentative data showing tentative expenditure and income of a government. In a broad sense, it's tell us about how the government is going to tackle the incoming immediate economic challenges. It also shows the policies and ideologies of the government. So having said this, I'm really looking for a discussion which reveal the criticisms. There are many, and there are many appreciation as well. So and how all these things, criticism and appreciations, the points, how it affects the common people. That's what we really need to focus on today. So with this note, I am opening this discussion, a house for discussion. That's all.
Okay, let Suraj speak now. Suraj.
Okay. So hello friends, my name is Suraj. I'm very glad to start this discussion. Today's topic is Union Budget 2021, Appreciation and Criticism. So this topic is really important because today we are going to talk on both sides, that means the positive sides as well as the negative sides of the Union Budget. And there are a lot of sectors where very good decisions have been taken, but there are few negative points as well. So I hope that today we will discuss both the sides of this coin, and my friends will give me insight depth to both the positive and negative sides. Thank you. So I invite you all to participate in this discussion.
Okay, Anurag.
Am I audible today?
You're audible.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Anurag Sharma, and I am glad to have this opportunity to start the discussion on the group discussion topic that has been given to us is the Union Budget 2021, Appreciation and Criticism. So I personally find this topic is very interesting, and I believe that as a Indian and as we are responsible citizens, so we must know about our budget, so that we are the taxpayers, so how our tax are being utilized by the government, so we must know about this all. So the union budget, as we in the last day before yesterday, our finance minister Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman have presented the union budget in the parliament. So as to making everybody satisfied is not so possible. So there are we have the mixed opinion from the people, that some are appreciating this budget and some are also not in their favor. They have some different opinion, or they have some better suggestions for the government. So now I know that you all have the different idea, so we have to make this discussion very beautiful and neat and clean. And so give your opinion. I open this house for you all. Thank you.
Vinay?
Yes, sir. Hello, everyone. My name is Vinay Chauhan, and I take the opportunity to start the discussion. The discussion topic is Union Budget 2021 appreciations and criticism. So, as we all know that the pandemic led to the economic slowdown, and we all were waiting for the new budget. So the Union Budget 2021 is having a lot of positive sides, and also there are some negative sides. So on that note, I would like to invite all of you for the further discussion. Thank you.
Okay, Sadhana?
Good evening, all. My name is Sadhana, and I would like to open up the discussion. I would like to take that opportunity. Today's topic for the discussion is Union Budget 2021 appreciation and criticism. Union Budget usually comes every year, and we found that the party in power, it appreciates budget, and the party in opposition, it gives criticism, it criticizes budget. But as it is a post-COVID budget, and last year we suffered a lot due to this COVID pandemic, there are certain expectations from the finance minister, and whether she came to the public's expectation or not, let us discuss over it. But as per my personal view, I found so many positive points in this budget. Like, she is talking about expenditure budget, and there is a hike of 35%, round about approximately 35% in expenditure. From where they are going to raise that money, that is another point of discussion. But at least they are mentally ready to expenditure more. They are talking about a huge vaccination program, and budget allotted for vaccination program is 35,000 crore. There are some negative points also. Some sectors has been ignored in this budget, and I am looking forward to the very healthy discussion over the topic, because this topic is of related to our day-to-day life and will impact our life in future also. With this note, I wanted to open up the house for discussion further.
Yatharth?
Yes, sir. Hello, everyone. My name is Yatharth Sharma. Today, I would like to take the opportunity to initiate the discussion. Today, our topic for discussion is Union Budget 2021 Appreciation and Criticism. It is a very interesting and current relevant topic, because the budget 2021 is a special budget because it is the first budget after the world pandemic. So we can discuss about that how government made effort to revive the economy in the budget, and also we can discuss about some negative aspects like fiscal deficit, and we can discuss about how government mainly focused on health sector and for COVID vaccines. So I hope you all have various types of opinion about this topic. On that note, I open the house for the discussion. Thank you.
Okay. So I think everybody has introduced now, and now we can go for second round, which is the discussion round, which will last for 10 minutes, in which you will discuss among yourself by maintaining the decorum of the house before we conclude, and each one come to the conclusion. So now I open the house for discussion among you.
Okay,
So
I would
if
like
we
to
Thank you,
see
mention
sir.
the
here
priority
one
of the
positive
government
point and one negative
to
point.
invest,
So as we were discussing that after COVID, we need to invest more in health sector.
I wanted
So-
Yes, yes. But the priority of the government is to invest more in the productive sector, and as we can see in the budget that the government plan with this budget is to fight the pandemic with the capital expenditure, not with the revenue expenditure. So let me give you the example of capital expenditure and the revenue expenditure, that if government is having the 100 rupees, so if government want to invest that 100 rupees, so they can directly give it to us, so it is called as revenue expenditure. And if government is putting that 100 rupees to generate some assets, then and from that assets we can generate
Yes, Vinay, I agree with I agree with you.
Actually, Vinay, many suggest the reverse. Many suggest the reverse approach. Actually, the government should have been done a revenue budget, because see, one thing you have seen in this budget. See, take the example of textiles. What government is planning to do is producing more textile, more cloth. Actually, due to the pandemic, the price of cloth is less. So if we produce more cloth, then the price of cloth will again go down. So actually, the experts suggest a revenue budget, like give money. Particularly, Raghuram Rajan suggests that give money or put it into their pockets by projects like
Yes, yes,
Manrega.
but most of the experts
yes,
are
yes,
suggesting
Manrega.
Yes,
the
talking
government
about the money,
that's
talking
why-
about the
that's why-
money.
1 minute.
that's
Actually,
what
that's
I have
how
a point
we
to
overcome
add
the
here. I
that's
have a
how
point
we
to
overcome
add
the
here.
recession
Yeah.
of 2008.
Yes. Talking about the money, I have a point here that government allow the FDI and increase the FDI in insurance sector from 49%
Yes, 49% to 74%. He have increased the
74%.
yes,
to,
he have increased. He have
yes.
increased the
By
FDI
this,
share in the
money
Actually, I
insurance
have
can
from the
one
inflow the
49 to
country.
74%.
criticism point that being coming from a farmer's family, what effect a budget has on my life, that I wanted to share with you. We produce cotton. So in this budget, the tax slab on cotton has been raised from 0 to 10%. Earlier it was 0%, but now it has been raised to 10%. So that's a negative point that
Suraj.
has
Yes,
affected
and I am
farmers.
agree also.
One
I
negative
agree
point
with you,
also.
Suraj.
I
For the
want to
agriculture,
add
for
one
the
negative
agriculture
point here.
sector, for the
Also,
agriculture sector,
that
Yatharth, let me complete. That for the agriculture
Yes.
sector, the government has increased the MSP by 1.5%. 1.5 times on the cost of the price. He have increased the MSP, but we know that
Yes, I agree with
the
you,
only 6
Anurag.
to 7
I agree
only
with
6
you,
to, let
Anurag.
me
But the
complete.
cost
Yatharth,
of production is
I'm giving you a
also
different point.
increased.
I'm giving you a different
But
point
the cost
that
of production is
let,
also
let me complete it. Let me complete that. We know that in this budget the government has increased the MSP by 1.5 times the cost of the product. But we also know that only 6 to 7% of the farmer are getting the benefit of the MSP. So instead of the increasing that MSP, government should focus on the proper distribution of the MSP so that every farmer
No.
can get benefit of that MSP.
Actually, Anurag, there is a
bad
correction
side
I
of
would like to point out here.
union
Actually,
budget is
Anurag,
also, there is a bad side of union budget also, that there is no income tax relief is given to the common person. So
No.
I think, in my view, this is the bad side of the union budget.
Yes, we are actually expecting that government to give us relief in the taxation. But
Yes,
why government has doesn't we, we were expecting that government give us some relief in the tax matter, but government
but
didn't
we all
change
agree,
any
we all agree
slab.
that we all agree that
One more
we all
criticism
agree
point that I wanted to put over here is,
actually,
as we want to move forward in
we
green
all agree
energy,
that
and
we need
everybody is talking about solar energy.
yes,
But in this budget, the tax on solar inverters has been raised from 5
Yes,
to 20%.
yes, obviously, Suraj, yes, it has been
Actually-
raised by 5 to 20% on the solar. So it means the government are not promoting the solar energy.
No. Actually, Anurag, that's
Yes,
not
I
correct.
agree with you,
In
Suraj.
PLI's Okay, no. Actually, in PLI scheme batteries, government has allocated 18,000 crore for batteries and 45,000 crore for PV modules.
But as Rahul, but as well as they have increased the custom duty.
Tax slab
they
has been
also
increased.
Yes, actually, custom duty they have
that's why
increased
it
because
seems the government
imports
are
from
not in the favor of the promoting the non-renewable energy.
No, actually, it's
No,
not like that.
But
no, it's not
in
like
my
that.
view, if the priority of the government is to invest in more productive sector,
Actually,
then they
actually,
should invest. They should
when
invest
when I
renewable energy things also.
Actually, it is a extraordinary situation. So currently, governments focus on the core sectors like manufacturing and health sectors. That's why I think government increased the
For the economical for the revival of the economy, this only focusing on these sector would not be important. We have to look for the other sector also. So one more thing, one more important point I want to add.
Actually, it is also promoting green energy because they have introduced national hydrogen mission, in which they want to promote the green energy. So here they are taking in solar energy, they have increased taxes, but on the other side they have also introduced national hydrogen mission, which is promoting green
in this context, I want to add one more important point that government have given in this budget, that he have given the multi-purpose seaweed. Have you know about that multi-purpose seaweed project that he have that Tamil Nadu? So there are so many benefits of the seaweed cultivation. There are so many benefits of the cultivation because the seaweed.
Anurag, these are only micro level mentioning.
Yes, but we should, if the government have took this step, so we should appreciate, we should appreciate that.
Yes, sir, we should appreciate.
There are many benefits of the seaweed project. There are so many benefits of the seaweed farming and the project, because the climate balance can be happen, and the CO2 it's a CO2 observer, so it will.
Anurag, I agree with you, Anurag. But the more demand of this seaweed in there is in China. But now, before some days, we have seen the news that China is banning sea products and from the Kerala, from India. So maybe this cannot benefit.
I want to
manufacture recycled plastic by the seaweed.
I want to add
talking about the healthcare
perspective here.
Sadhana madam was
I
talking
want
about
to
the
add
healthcare sector here. Actually, we can see a 2.2.
They are talking about setting up asset reconstruction company. There are huge NPAs in banks, and in last year in COVID situation, they are allowed. There is a repayment holiday for the industries, and that's why that NPA is on increasing side.
Yes, ma'am, Sadhana ma'am, I am
yes, ma'am. I want to
completely agree with you,
add
Sadhana
one point that
in this budget,
there will be
I was expecting that in this budget, government would help to the pharmaceutical sector, because they are going to become a very good.
Anurag, actually, in healthcare sector, actually government is doing an eye wash.
Yes.
Actually, government is doing an eye wash.
In the range
Madam,
of
actually,
20 years to 25 years.
Let's talk about the startup and the business. Let's talk about the startup and the business.
Yes,
the government has increased
for the startups. Government have increased.
Government has increased the tax holiday to promote the startup. Tax holiday, and he has also increased the slab that 5 crore to 10 crore. Earlier it was below the 5 crore. If the company have the turnover below the 5 crore, then it was exempted from the tax. But now they have increased it to 5, from the 5 crore. It has increased to the 10
one
crore.
more appreciation point is
actually
Indian government is
it will
going
give a
to
bump to the startup, and
each and every house
it
by
will be key for
2020.
the economy.
Actually, one thing we need to understand here.
Doing
Just take the
Yes,
Hindu
Ram.
paper of yesterday. Just take the Hindu paper of yesterday. Split it into half. Then you will see one half. You will see the appreciations, and one half you will see the criticism.
I
Actually,
agree with Rahul.
appreciation is coming from
Rahul.
corporate sector, and the criticism is coming from healthcare, farming, these service sectors. So we have to discuss both. Maximum people are. Yes, continue, please.
There is a
Yes,
very
I
Yes,
agree
yes.
with you.
class
But
of
the
Yes,
doing
I
starting business in India is very difficult.
budget. It is
But
a
doing
very
business is
budget. Very small part of society is criticizing the budget. Otherwise,
No,
we
no,
observe that
actually no,
everybody
madam,
is
actually no,
that
actually no.
was very
We actually
huge
we
budget has
actually
been allotted for
overwhelmed by the
maintenance,
budget. Actually,
for
there are
social
many criticisms.
security schemes, for medical
Sadhana,
health care, for infrastructural,
no, no,
all these
madam,
subjects.
I would like to answer your question. Just see the health expense. Just see the figure of health expenditure, 2.2 lakh. Actually, it's a majorly it's an eyewash. Just see what are the actually the direct health expenditure is only 70 crore rupees. Last year it was only 65 crore rupees. Only 9% is
Last
increase.
time,
Direct investment.
let me correct you, Rahul. Last time it was 74. Last
The
time it was
only point
74,000
of
No, no,
crore.
no.
is
No, no,
that
no. Last year
out
it was
of 20 lakh crore,
65,000 crore, and this one
Prime
this year it is.
Minister has announced out of that
I
20
want to add
crore,
one more
Actually,
perspective
there are
here.
many
I
infrastructure
But this
projects
time,
included
Rahul,
in health sector.
but
Like
this
this
time,
60 crore rupees
that
for
budget
Rahul,
has
I
been
want to
Jal
add
allocated to the
Jeevan
health
project.
sector is for the 6 year. It's
I,
for the
I
6 year.
No, actually,
It's for the
friends
6 year. No.
friends
Huh.
I want
So
to add one more
if you
aspect
calculate
here.
it,
We can also
yes,
discuss about the new
Yatharth, go ahead.
scrap policy,
vehicles scrap policy.
vehicle scrap policy,
Anurag.
where
I think
governments
I think we should
focus
listen
about the
Yatharth.
pollution
I think we
and
should listen Yatharth. Yes.
actually we are actually focusing
yeah, I
more on corporate sector. Actually,
actually
corporate sector is rejoicing this budget,
It is
but other
only
yes,
sectors
yes,
like pharma.
it will affect
70%
the
part is
corporate
going in the
sector
form
also.
of
The
bank
scrap
loan
policy will
or
affect
bank
the
Yes.
guarantee.
corporate sector also, because
No, actually, this is
vehicles
Actually, one very good
organ
important point
automobile
is
sector.
senior citizens are exempted from paying taxes above 75 age. Senior citizens are
Yes,
exempt from paying that.
agree
It
with
is
you,
a very
Suraj.
good decision.
Agree
They
with
are
you,
not
Suraj.
Yes, Suraj.
But
yeah,
Yes, Suraj. But
there are
they
not
will be
basic
under the
they are
tax.
not
They
senior
will be
exempted,
paid
citizens
in
in
Suraj.
tax.
India.
I
Like
They
am
have
not
to pay the tax.
almost
exempted.
10
Senior
10 to
citizens
They have to
20
pay the
crore
tax, but
citizens
they have to
who
note the
are
file
earning and paying the
this
tax.
who
So
are
I think
above
this
75
is
but
not
ITR, income
who
tax
are
return. They
I
have
above
to
think
know.
we should
75
appreciate
years of
that
age and who are earning income from pension or
Mhm.
interest. Only those pensioners are allowed and
yes.
exempted from filing
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
ITR.
I
yes,
agree with
yes,
you, ma'am.
ma'am, I
Only
agree
Only
with
those
you, but
who
it is a
that
just a
the
starting
number of
step,
senior
so we should
citizens
Friends,
appreciate that.
actually
from the tax
we are mix
are not
conveying the budget total.
Service
they
class
are
Actually,
like
there is a
10,000
document,
to
important
20,000.
document released by the government
I think
it is
we
prior
should
to
huge
the
not
budget,
be
the economic
agree
survey
people from the government.
2020-21.
criticism.
Actually,
Now
there are
let's
many
talk
things.
about the
Okay, I think now we can
government.
conclude. We can, okay, we can go for conclusion now. Yatharth, can you please conclude?
Hello everyone, I would like to conclude the discussion here. We have a very good discussion, little bit turbulency here and there, but we got a very good, we got many very good points. As Suraj mentions about farmers, and one of my friends mentioned about corporate sector, and we discuss about how budget allocated to the health sector, and we discuss about FDI. So overall, it is a very good discussion. So in my opinion, the budget is neither fully positive or negative. It is a decent budget given in the given situation. On this note, I want I on this note, thank you.
Okay,
Thank
now
you.
Anurag.
Thank you, sir, for giving me opportunity for the conclude this discussion. Although it was a very turbulent discussion, but fortunately we have got at the final common concession that we all were majority of the participants were are in the favor of this budget. They are appreciating the budget that government has presented, and many points we have found from this discussion that the government are investing in the clean India and the green India mission, and the health India and the health scheme, and to making the India from the pollution free. So they are giving many amount in that sector. And also that the government are investing lots of in the infrastructure, so that there are chances of the uh, creation of the employment. That is the major problem of the India. So at the last, I want to say that as I already mentioned, that making some everyone happy is not so possible. So it was very good budget, but now let's see the how the government effectively do this implementation also. Thanks.
Okay, Vinay.
Yes. Okay, friends. I am glad to conclude the discussion. Friends, we have a very good discussion, and uh, we have put at some important points, which are in some of them are in favor of the budget, and some are as a criticism for the budget. So in the overall, we can say I can conclude that the budget is more focusing on the healthcare sector, infrastructure, and manufacturing sector, and it is also focusing on the disinvestment of the unproductive assets. We all are agree over these points. So thank you.
Okay. Now I think Suraj can conclude.
Okay, I'm very glad to conclude this session. This was a very fruitful session for me, because I got to learn about many things from different perspectives. Vinay told about the shifting from revenue expenditure to capital expenditure. Then Sadhna madam told about the increasing non-profitable assets. Then Yatharth said about the tax reductions on startups. So we not only discussed the appreciations as well, but we also discussed about the criticisms. Having discussed all these issues, what I feel is this is a above average budget. So because the Sensex has gone up, people have believed in Rakesh Junjunwala, a big bull in Sensex, has given 10 out of 10 to this budget, but still there are a little criticism to this budget. So on this note, I feel that this is above average budget. Thank you.
Okay, Anurag. Sorry, Rahul. Rahul. Sadhana.
On the fellow participants, I would like to conclude that we have had a very vibrant and good discussion today, as the topic is of our relevance. That is why there is little bit chaos also in between, because everybody wants to speak and everybody wants to put his opinion. But finally, we have had a good discussion over the topic, and many of the participants are of the opinion that it was a over and all good budget, and every sector of society is going to benefit from this budget. Some people spoken about the capital budget, capital expenditure and revenue expenditure to be taken care of, disinvestment and other factors. Some people spoken about the vaccination program, which is a very challenging one. And that is why I conclude with the note that we all of us got some learning points from this discussion. Thank you.
Okay. So Rahul, you're there? Okay. So now let me discuss with you this. You know, I had given you some points for this budget in the beginning, some 10 points, most important budget highlights that I gave you. So whenever such these kind of topic is given, which can be very specialist, very specialized domain, in such topics you should very simplified way may you should explain the things, so that everyone understands what you are saying. You need not to enter into depth of subject. बजट में क्या अच्छा है क्या बुरा है, क्या अप्रिशिएट कर रहे हैं लोग, क्या क्रिटिसिज्म कर रहे हैं. This is very simple to know. You could have mentioned very clearly, you know. So ideal introduction would have been, good evening friends, my name is Vinay and I take the opportunity to initiate the discussion. The topic given for the discussion today is Union Budget 2021, Appreciation and Criticism. Friends, let me tell you, whenever there is a budget is presented, it is not this year, but any year, whenever budget is presented, obviously there will be some kind of appreciation and some kind of criticism, because you cannot make everybody happy. Because when you want to make some kind of expenditure, then there is always a fear that there will be inflation also. So it is always having, any decision of government is going to have impact this way, that way. For example, if we are going to disinvest, some people will criticize it, some people will appreciate about that. So we should now discuss our this, we should have a discussion in the direction that what people are talking about this budget, and what is their opinion. When we say people, it can be corporate house, it can be government employees, it can be farmers. So largely we should discuss in that direction. तो ये आपका इंट्रोडक्शन हो सकता था कि कैसे हम इसको करें. बाकी उसके बाद आपको पता है, देयर आर सम पॉइंट्स लाइक व्हाई वी आर कॉलिंग इट एक्सपेंडिचर बजट. फ्रेंड्स, वी हैड अ वेरी चैलेंजिंग ईयर लास्ट ईयर, कोविड था, and government wants to bring the economy out of recession, so government is to make expenditure. So I must appreciate it, it is expenditure budget. Friends, also because of the covid we face the trouble in health sector, so health ke liye jo government ne expenditure kiya, that should be appreciated. Government is also trying to basically take some more decision like creation of the infrastructure, and government is also not made it a populist budget, because not given any kind of tax holidays to anybody. So that also is to be appreciated. You could have talked about some kind of criticism also in between, like unemployment problem people are talking about. Farmers, you cannot make happy farmers also. People are criticizing public sector disinvestment also, because last year also government tried to sell public sector but could not do that, and this year also people are criticizing it. So मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि you people should very generic thing you should speak. Nobody will get the time and nobody expects you to enter in the depth. GD is not vertical enrichment, it is horizontal discussion. What is the meaning of that is that I do not want you to have very big knowledge about particular topic. I don't want you to be economist, I don't want you to enter in between. I want you to speak broadly, and if you speak broadly that even illiterate fellow understands, that is the right logic. When you are speaking, I should not have any special knowledge of the budget, I should understand what you are saying. So that will be the very good point, and in my opinion you were having those points. You were not supposed to enter into detail, but many of you have entered into very fine details of budget, which was not required. It was very simple. Tell me something good, tell me something bad. Everybody knows that, right? And when you are saying something good, you are not saying that this is my opinion. You will say this is the opinion of farmers, this is the opinion of this section, this is the opinion of corporates. This Rahul said that appreciation is from corporates and there's a criticism from the farmers. So you can say that way, that some people are appreciating it, some people are not appreciating it. Now I start one by one. Rahul said this, I start with the definition of the budget. You are not supposed to define that, it is not required. You see, some topics I told you that definition helps, but here if you started defining the budget, budget is the annual financial statement mentioned under article 112 of the constitution, that is not required. Who is asking you to define budget? Nobody. So that was not required, Rahul. And you said policy and ideology of the government. You could have said that, friends, budget is a very important financial document because it talks about the income and expenditure of the government. And now budget 2021 is a special because it has come after the worst ever economic recession India has faced. So obviously we are very careful about the budget outcomes this year. So that is how you could have started. Government is doing eyewash in the healthcare sector. Rahul, you need not to be that harsh on any decision. As I told you, some people can catch you. Some people who believe that no, government is not doing eyewash, he could have basically made your life terrible. He could have said that how can you say government is eyewash? It is actually the fact. So you need not to make any radical statement in the GD unless until you're very sure about that. Then Rahul said, okay, there is an appreciation from corporate, there's a criticism from farmer. That was a good line from Rahul's side. Suraj, you started giving direction to the topic. That was good. You said there are positives, there are negatives, and that is always true. in any budget, not this budget, any budget if you take, there are positives, there are negative, but you said there are many sectors which have good decision and some sectors which have not good decision. And that is what Rahul Suraj said. He said farmer, you belong to farmer family, and then you talk about green energy, solar energy, tax, etc. You talked about senior citizen exempted. You see, this sometimes you do not have in knowledge like senior citizen are exempted or not. And Sadhana caught you because she's from bank, you know, and bank is going to basically impose the tax, and also she was expert in that, and she caught you immediately. So don't speak anything which you are not very clear about. That is what I was saying. And you are not supposed to enter in depth. So what was the need to enter in depth when the main points you could have spoken? So then at the end you said it is above average budget. You see, he's not asking you whether budget is good or bad. That is not the topic. Topic is tell me something good, tell me something bad about budget. So conclusion would have been that, friends, yes, we discussed the budget, and you have given very good points. And if I can conclude now, the good points, this budget which largely people appreciate are this, and criticism are also there, and the criticism points are this. You are not to tell whether this is above average budget or below average budget or extraordinarily good budget. This is not the topic. The topic is tell me what are the points which you appreciate, tell me what are the points which you criticize. So in the conclusion, I want to hear that. In the introduction, I want to hear that yes, any budget has good and bad things. So there will be good in this case, bad in this case, and it may be possible that good for someone may be bad for others. So friends, let's discuss. And in the detail, you are going to give those good or bad points. And in the conclusion, you are going to mention that. Very simple structure. So why you are deviating from the topic? You are not supposed to deviate from the topic. Anurag said, interesting hai, taxpayer hai hum log, we are taxpayer, and hence it is very interesting for us to talk about these points, right? You know, you could have said that this topic is a debatable topic because there is subjective opinion. The point which I appreciate, you may not appreciate, and hence, friends, this topic is a very controversial and debatable topic, and we should give our own opinions and respect the opinions of others also. So Anurag first time said that we cannot make everybody happy, and he said that let's make starting. So in fact, Anurag had a really good starting today. Let me complete Anurag in between. Anurag forced others that let me complete my point. You can say these things. Sometimes you can say when others are not letting you speak, then you can say, okay, let me speak. Yatharth, let me complete my point. Yatharth, I have a point. Let me complete my point. So that way you can stop others and enter into the discussion. He talked about MSP. That is what I was talking about. MSP was very specialized topic. So when you entered in the depth of that, you are not supposed to enter vertically. You are supposed to talk horizontally. Okay, then consensus is the word. Anurag, you could not use this. You were using concession. It is consensus. We could reach consensus. That is the word. Conclusion was okay. Conclusion, you said that okay, it is, as I told you, you cannot make everybody happy. So there are appreciation and there are criticism. That is how Anurag it was. Vinay started nicely, and Vinay said that in the this pandemic situation, what we were facing, so there was a slowdown, and hence positive and negatives are going to be there. But introduction, Vinay, you could have spoken a couple of more lines, but you ended up early. Introduction. And when Sadhana and Suraj started, actually, second part, then Sadhana and Suraj kept on speaking for some time, and Vinay took the opportunity and he started the discussion. So my point is, if you start speaking, then you maintain your rhythm. Do not stop in between and let others enter. Don't do that. And as I told you, if you're parallelly speaking, then stop and then again enter, cut through your words and keep speaking. That is how you have to do. So if you take the initiative to start discussion, don't let other enter. Vinay is a very soft spoken. I'm surprised how could Vinay take from Sadhana and Suraj and start his discussion. That was because you both kept on speaking for some time and realized that okay, we are parallelly moving. You stopped and Vinay entered. That is how it all happened, right? So Vinay talked about capital and revenue expenditure. Vinay, that was very specialized. You could not speak about the simple topics, but you entered into capital and revenue, which common man will not understand, common fellow will not understand. So you could have avoided this topic. You could have said this is an expenditure budget. That means we are to incur expenditure. I will understand what is expenditure. I may not understand what is capital and revenue point of this expenditure, right? So that was highly enriched in vertical direction. You talked about business, doing business is difficult and all, so you could not take that also to the conclusion. Conclusion, you said focus should be, we should make a focus on those things, and we should make focus, less focus on this thing, more focus on that thing. So even your conclusion was not very impressive, Vinay. You could have made it more impressive by adding the points of others. Okay, Sadhana said that there are some political parties which appreciate and political parties which criticize. Actually, this topic was not talking about that political party in the parliament are criticizing and not. We are talking about entire society. It includes political party also, corporate house also, common citizen also. So we were not talking about political parties only here.
Sir, I said that the parties which are in power, they are appreciating budget, and the parties which are in opposition, they are criticizing budget.
They will always do. They will always do that.
That I spoken, sir.
No, but the topic was appreciation and criticism, not by political parties.
Yes.
But by everyone.
But usually that happens. The
Sorry?
parties in power that appreciates, the parties in opposition that criticizes, even if budget is good. That is my line, sir.
No, but what about common man? They are also criticizing and appreciating.
Okay. Okay.
So actually it was, when you said political parties, budget may be very good, but party in opposition is never going to appreciate.
Appreciate. Yes.
And the party in power will never criticize.
Yes, yes, yes.
So that is irrespective of whether this budget is 2021 or 1901. They will always do the same.
Yes,
So
sir.
the topic here was, who is criticizing? We are not talking about the political parties, because that we know. I tell you one thing, without even telling single line in the budget, if you ask Congress people, what kind of budget is this? They'll say useless. And you have BJP, they'll say wonderful. So that means appreciation and criticism, what we are talking about, that political party ka view is immaterial for us, because that view is already biased. We know that.
Yes.
Here we are talking about the view of unbiased people, that we people.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
So that is from where actually you tilted the topic, and introduction part mein tilting ho gaya. Post COVID expenditure you talked about, that was a positive point, that is right. Sadhana, you kept on speaking in detail in the introduction itself. You could have avoided those topics for main body. And raise money is, government is raising money, and for expenditure, that is a good part on government, that you could have talked in the body. Vaccination you talked about, so you started giving the details in the introduction itself. That is not required. Why? Because people will not let you speak that much.
Yeah, got it, sir.
And then in the body part, you started making initiation, you and Suraj, but as I told you, then you could not maintain the rhythm, and later on your voice was not audible, so people were not even understanding what you are saying, including me. So your voice problem came, and then you are speaking something but nobody is understanding, so you were not audible in between. You talked about neighboring countries. I don't know what that point was. You were talking about the neighboring countries, that we are giving to neighboring countries and why we should give, and something like that you were talking about. I think vaccination.
Yes. Sir, I was speaking about we are providing that vaccination to neighboring countries also. And that is a good gesture on the part of India. That we are providing vaccination to our citizens, and we are providing to Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh free of cost. That was my point.
So that was mentioned in the budget, or that is a policy decision?
This is 35,000 crore has been allotted for vaccination. It is out of that.
So that is, I mean, decision to give to Bangladesh is a part of budget, or that is a part of government policy and decision?
That is part of government policies.
So that is not relevant in the budget.
Okay, sir.
What you are saying is that is the foreign policy of government, actually, not a budget decision. Again, that is where it was wrong, right?
That point was not required, sir.
So then you talked about NPA, because I think related to bank. So you are specialist and you talked about that, right?
Yes,
only small section of society is criticizing the budget, and you should not at any point sound like favoring one particular party. Like you should not be even sounding favoring government also. You need to maintain very unbiased view and speak whatever is the point of criticism. The newspapers like Hindu, somebody said half page of Hindu is appreciation, half page of Hindu is criticism. So it is very openly, you can see, like this is people are appreciating this, people are appreciating this, people are saying this is good, this is bad, something like that you could have spoken. So this is how it was. And then Yatharth said it is a relevant topic, and it's a special budget because of COVID, and economy is reviving, and he said physical deficit is a negative thing. So vaccine is something which is a positive thing. That is what Yatharth said. He made a good starting. Then he talked about FDI, and in the conclusion you said, in my opinion. Conclusion may avoid the term my opinion. Always say the opinion of the group is something like this, Yatharth. So Yatharth, you could speak similar to yesterday only. I mean, your performance was okay, good. That is not a problem. So today I can tell you that largely you all guys participated nicely. This was a good group actually of the discussion. Previous group में some people were not very good, nice, they were talking about. So in today's discussion, I can say that majority of you will pass actually, except Vinay was speaking less, but because he could make initiation in the second part, that was the main thing he could snatch. So there he will get advantage. Otherwise, most of you could speak today. Only thing is budget is something which is a very, I'll say, specialist topic. So in that topic, it is very difficult for you to understand what you are speak and how much to speak. That content enriched topic it is. This topic is a content enriched. That is only trouble. Otherwise, I think as far as the speaking is concerned, you people have spoken today nicely. So that part I'm happy. And now the other topics which I've given you, just to go through these topics and also prepare these topics, budget also, and Atmanirbhar Bharat also, and government revival also, and farm bill also. These are one section of the topics which are very much in news. So just keep on revising that, and we keep on practicing on those lines only. So tomorrow also 9:30 p we will have the GD on the basis of those topics also. Those topics only. Yeah.
Sir, I have one question
I
that
had not written anything, sir.
Tell me again, Sadhana.
Sir, today I done away from writing anything on the
Yeah, I could see that, but today you could not speak because you are not audible. So yesterday you were speaking, but you were writing also. Today you are not writing, but you are not speaking. So tomorrow don't write and speak.
Yeah.
That is how it has to be. Yes, Suraj.
Sir, actually, what I did was I had planned that I will conclude like acknowledge others' opinion, stating my opinion, and find the middle ground. So this is how I have this bifurcated this conclusion. So, and just now you told Yathar that we can't state our opinion. So I was little like in a dilemma that whether whatever I have thought of is correct or not. That means acknowledge others, my opinion, and middle ground.
Yes, you can do that. You can always say people are of this opinion. In my opinion, this is how, but we are of this opinion.
Okay.
We have to say that we are of this opinion. It should look like conclusion from the group side.
Okay. So we have to avoid in my opinion.
No, you can use that, but at the end it should end up. What I feel is this, but at the end all of us were off because you have to reach some consensus. See, when you are having your opinion and when you listen to others, you change your opinion.
Yeah.
Something like that. So conclusion meant that everything should be reflected. What others feel, what you can conclude, that everything should come. Like conclusion of this entire discussion was that friends, we had a really good discussion. Many good points have come, though we were not agreeing on majority of the points, but yes, there were some common consensus and agreement points also. Almost everybody was of the opinion that there cannot be any budget which 100% will be appreciated by majority of people. So there will be appreciation points, there will be criticism points. Everybody agreed that largely it was appreciated, and there were some points which were criticized. ये तो सबका opinion था. And then you could have added this. No, you need to play the leadership role. What actually is the discussion? जिसको जब तुम बोलो, then everybody is nodding. Okay, what he's saying is correct. That has to be the conclusion actually. Right?
Sir, in actual GD, if more than one people are saying the introduction, initiating the introduction. So in such cases, what should we do?
In such cases, the person who takes the initiative catches the first. takes the initiative. That is what we are practicing actually. Those lines are very important. Good evening, friends. My name is Vinay Chauhan, and I take the opportunity to initiate the discussion. These words should flow like bullet. Practice it. You cannot afford to speak slow in the introduction, and that one line related to topic can be slow, but other all lines need to be very, very fast. Good morning, friends. My name is Vinay, and I take the opportunity for the discussion today. Friends, the topic for the discussion given to us today is this. In my opinion, it is a really interesting and thought-provoking topic. I'm very sure all of us have very good points to give, and I invite all of you to give your opinion here and participate in discussion. In my opinion, the topic जो भी आपको लगता है बोल दो, तो 5-6 lines तो flow करनी चाहिए, तो तुम्हें introduction मिल जाएगा. उसको snatch करना पड़ेगा तुम्हें. Nobody is going to give you that.
Yes.
You need to snatch it.
And sir, am I serious today, sir?
सीरियस नहीं, वो सीरियस नहीं है, बोले एनर्जी इंक्रीज करो.
यस सर.
सीरियस नहीं भी होंगे तुम, अगर स्माइल भी कर रहे होंगे, लेकिन आस्ता आस्ता स्माइल करोगे तो वो स्माइल लगेगी नहीं ना, वो तो अच्छा. स्माइल मींस एनर्जी नो यार.
आज विनय ने स्माइल किया.
आज विनय ने स्माइल किया, लेकिन एनर्जी के साथ नहीं किया, तो बिना एनर्जी के स्माइल लुक्स लाइक आर्टिफिशियल स्माइल. Understand? So smile should be accompanied by energy also. Your voice level, eye level, energy you have to display. Eye level, voice level, hand movement, body movement. It should look like active. It should not like I'm smiling.
Today Suraj was underprepared, sir.
Today Suraj was underprepared because he was attending another meeting with me.
Yeah, sir. Actually, I got here by 8, and that meeting I had dinner and just
he was in iPATE meeting with me at I think 8:30. There was
second meeting today.
It was
Suraj's second meeting today.
Yeah, but actually I got to learn from you all guys. That's why I attended this, to learn from all you guys.
Sir, we also want more than one opportunity, if possible, sir.
No, this opportunity was not related to GD. It was iPATE. iPATE, there is one exam. So I keep on interacting. The Suraj entered there. He popped up there actually. He has written iPATE exam also. So I'm interacting with the students all over India for iPATE. So he was there actually. But that is, I don't think that is related to this. But yes, he must not have gone through this topic today.
Now we are going perfect, sir. Perfectly we are going. There is day by day improvement is there.
GD is nothing. If you speak, if you talk, what is a GD? There's nothing. It's hardly anything. And if you practice nicely, then the problem you will face is that in actual GD.
I was also throughout the day, I was on inspection and little bit tired today. That is also one of the reason that I do not got time to prepare, sir.
No, but the topics which I've sent you, videos, please watch those.
I read it. Yes.
And if you participate, then I don't think you will face any trouble in GD in actual.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Anurag.
Sir, actually tomorrow I have actual GD. So what is your suggestion for me? So
what time?
At 4:15.
But try to pause upon introduction. Try to pause upon for conclusion and initiate the body part. That is what you do.
Okay,
and keep speaking and give your 100% in the discussion.
What is the meaning of sir? What is the meaning of initiate the body part?
Initiate that you and Suraj started, but you could not do. That is the initiation of body part.
Okay.
Second part.
Okay.
Sir, can you suggest? Sir, hello.
Go ahead.
Sir, can you suggest us 4 or 5 topics that are very.
See, never think of topics. That even if I will suggest, it will not come. Never think of topics. Prepare for structure.
There are 4-10 topics, so that so that I can link any topic from that points.
No. I am telling you again that structure पे focus करो. That's it. Topic is not required. Introduction में topic जो देगा उसके बारे में बोल देना, जो भी आता होगा. बॉडी में इनिशिएट कर देना या बाकियों को सुन के बोल देना, और कंक्लूजन में तो तुम कर ही दोगे बाकी की बात सुन के. So just focus on that.
Sir, if you have to give mark today, then out of 10, if it is, then how will you give today?
Okay, because Rahul could not conclude, so I keep him out of this. Otherwise, Suraj will get good marks, followed by Anurag, then Yatharth, Then Vinay and Sadhana, you will be same because I could not hear you, and Vinay was very meek today also. This is how it will go today, right? So Anurag, maintain the nodding, just nod in the discussion, smile, maintain the energy level, start introduction, conclude nicely, and speak to all of them. And I tell you, the problem you are going to face tomorrow is not that others are not letting you speak, but there will not be anybody else to speak. Only you are supposed to speak. Others will not be speaking much. That is the problem you are going to face tomorrow. So be positive, be hopeful, you will blast.
Thank you, sir.
Right? All the best. We meet tomorrow.
All the best, Anurag.
Sir,
Thank you,
can you
everyone.
send?
Thank you, everyone.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can you send a PDF regarding farm bills?
Yes, I will do that. But other than PDF I will send. But other than PDF, you go through the videos which I've sent you. I found them good. Listen to those videos.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good night.
Good night, sir.